Morning, folks. My name is Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. The purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if probable cause exists for those charges. Probable cause simply means that it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you're the person who committed the crime. Of course, as you stand before me this morning, I presume that you're innocent of these charges. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings, unless and until the State Attorney's Office is able to prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release this morning, that is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit, or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be. If you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this morning. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, I have a pair of assistant state attorneys in the courtroom with me this morning. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. Now I need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. You all solemnly swear, affirm, tell truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Outstanding. When you hear your name called, please step forward to the podium. Savannah Bickett. Morning, Ms. Bickett. What's your date of birth?
1/11/95.
Savannah, this morning you have 3 charges: possession of methamphetamine, possession of marijuana, and possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Just me, myself.
Okay, state.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a prior FTA 2017, but I'm not seeing the underlying charge on here. Other than that, that's the only thing I show on the
Okay. And Savannah, I have an address for you on Darby Lane in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
That's where I live, yes.
Okay, how long have you been there?
Just over a year.
Do you have a job these days?
Yes, Tangerine Cove.
Set your bond on the meth at 1,000, on the 2 misdemeanors at 500, so your total is 2,000. I'll have you back in court on the 15th of May, all right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Nicole Simmons. Morning, Ms. Simmons. What's your date of birth?
Good morning. 4/26/1998.
Ms. Simmons, I have 2 charges this morning. We're going to aggravated battery and a domestic battery. Both cases are domestic in nature. As to these charges, there is probable cause. You want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel, or would you like me to appoint the public defender?
I'll represent myself.
Okay. State.
Yeah, I'm sure there was a drop battery in 2015. 2016, there is a disorderly conduct conviction. In 2016, there's a trespass as well.
And Ms. Simmons, I have an address for you on Turf Lane in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you lived there?
About 4.5 months.
All right. And does Mr. Shorter live there as well?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
No, sir, not at this moment.
Okay. On the ag battery, I'm going to set a bond of 2,000. On the simple battery at 1,000, your total is 3,000. Condition of those bonds is that you have no contact with Mr. Shorter. No contact means no contact of any kind. You don't call, you don't write, you don't email, you don't text message, you don't contact him through any social media. You don't have a third person contact him. Don't go where he lives, don't go where he works. Don't have any contact of any kind. Any way that you might imagine contacting him, I forbid you to do that. If you have contact and we find out about it, your bond can be revoked, and you can be held without bond until the charges are resolved. It means no contact even if he wants the contact. So if you answer your phone and hear his voice, you should hang up. If you're out and about and see him, you should turn around and run the other way. You need to understand that he cannot drop the charges against you. That is not a decision he gets to make. He may go to the state attorney's office and tell them he would like the charges dropped and that he does not want to pursue this matter. But that decision belongs solely to the assistant state attorney handling your case. So unless that person or the judge on your case tells you the charges are dropped, you should assume they are not dropped and you should not have contact. In addition, I've got to hold you at the jail today up until 4 p.m. so that if he wanted to serve you with a civil injunction for protection against domestic violence, we'd know where to find you. If you get the civil injunction, it's doubly important that you not have contact, because in that case, not only could you get your bond revoked here, you could get new charges for violating the injunction. As far as that address on Turf Lane is concerned, obviously if he stays there, you'll have to stay somewhere else while this charge is pending. You can go by one time to collect your things, your clothes, your toothbrush, whatever you need for wherever you plan to stay. To accomplish that, however, you must contact the sheriff's office first. They'd meet you there with a deputy who'd stand by while you got your things and get going where you're going. This case will be back in court on the 15th of May, all right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tony Venezia.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning, miss. What's your date of birth?
1590.
Tony, the charge is violation of a domestic violence injunction. There's probable cause for that. As to that charge, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint you an attorney from the public defender's office?
I would like a public defender, please.
Good. I'll appoint the PD, state.
There's a conviction this year, 2018, for battery, which is currently on drug offender PTI in case 2018 CF 0372.
Okay. And Tony, I have an address for you on Chamber Court in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
No, sir.
Where do you live now?
I've been at my fiance's house on Dorsey Street for a year.
Okay. Do you have an address for me on Dorsey?
It's 8387 Dorsey, Dorsey.
Very good. Do you have a job these days?
I work community service at St. Vincent de Paul, and I'm on disability.
Okay.
I honestly, do I have a chance to make a statement?
You can. I caution you, as I did earlier, about talking about the facts of the case, because normally anything you say about the facts this morning is not helpful, whether you realize it or not. The facts of the case, certainly in this case, are not going to affect my bond decision in any significant way. I'm going to set you a bond.
God, thank you, sir, because I'm pregnant and I need to go home.
Okay. If you were worried about not getting a bond, I'm going to set you a bond. So we'll do that right now, okay? I'm going to set you a bond of, Tony, of $1,000. Condition of the bond, however, is that you'll have no contact with him.
I wasn't even in contact with him. We just got to the house at the same time.
There you go, Tony. I tried to tell you. Okay, because you don't understand what contact is, obviously, and so don't say anything else. What I'm telling you is that the bond is $1,000. It's Mr. Hughes. You'll have no contact with him. And did you hear me explain what no contact means a moment ago?
Yes, sir. Okay. That's why I'm not understanding this.
Okay, and your lawyer's going to help you understand. And what I'm going to tell you is what I've just ordered for no contact is different than your injunction. This is more strict, okay? So your injunction is not what controls now. It's me telling you absolutely no contact whatsoever of any kind, even as far as your child in common is concerned. So when you get out...
We have a third party.
When you get out, you should contact the public defender's office right away, okay, so that they can help you understand what's going on here, all right?
I will, thank you.
Okay, and I'll have you back in court on the 9th of May.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yep. Nigel Fleming.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
7/21/1984.
Nigel, we have 3 charges this morning. I've got possession of methamphetamine, possession of controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Or would you like me to appoint the public defender?
I'm going to need a public defender, sir.
Very good. I'll appoint the PD, state.
Through 2004, there's a trespass. 2005, tampering with a witness. 2005, battery. 2005, domestic battery. 2005, stalking. 2000.
I don't have a girlfriend anymore, sir.
2000.
It's okay.
2008, there's a PWLS. 2008, criminal mischief. 2009, burglary of dwelling. 2009, grand theft. 2008, grand theft. 2008, dealing in stolen property. There is 2012, battery. 2013 battery domestic, 2017 DWLS.
Okay. Nigel, I've got an address for you on Palo Street in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir. 25088.
Yep. How long you been there?
Almost 2 years.
You have a job these days?
I'm not sure if I don't get out of here, I won't have one.
Okay. What were you doing for work?
Installing granite counters.
Okay. I'll set your bond on the two felonies, the meth and the controlled substance, at $1,000 each, on the paraphernalia at $500. So your total is $2,500. I'm going to have you back in court on the 15th of May. As soon as you get out, you should contact the public defender's office. All right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Pierre Langley. Morning, Mr. Langley. What's your date of birth?
10/26/90.
Here, the charge is burglary of an unoccupied dwelling. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Can I get a PD?
I'll appoint the PD. State.
Thanks.
We have a child abuse in 2011. There's a violation of probation showed in 2014. A battery 2016. Domestic battery by strangulation 2017.
All right. And Pierre, I'm guessing based on the facts of this case, you have been homeless for some time. Is that right?
Yeah, I was just gonna tell you that's why I was in there, you know.
Okay. Do you have a job these days, Pierre?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay. I'm going to set your bond at $2,500, Pierre. Condition of the bond is that you don't go back to that address on Early Street. I'll have you back on court on the 15th of May. If you get out, Pierre, you should contact the public defender right away. If you can't get out, they're going to come see you at the jail before you go to court, okay?
Okay, I promise I won't do that.
All right, thank you.
That's all. Thanks.
And I have Jamie Basile.
Good morning.
Hey, Jamie. Anybody know why Jamie's here?
Yeah, Judge, apparently she took care of a felony recently,
Okay.
and she has approximately 60 days time served as no BOP on a DUI with property damage, I believe. I don't have all the specifics, though.
Okay. How about a case number?
Case number 17-CT-003954-A.
Okay, hang on one second.
It looks like the felony was 18 CF 400.
Jamie, what'd you get on your felony case?
I'm sorry, drug offender probation, 3 years.
Okay. So you need to take care of this to get out and get started on that.
Yes, sir.
The recommendation of the DOP was 20.
All right. And you said 60 days she's got in?
Yes.
You know, I don't have the exact.
Yeah, I'm with you. State, do you have any objection to me time serving her so she can get on her drug offender?
Without knowing more, I've just objected the record. We generally go with what probation.
Yeah, right. It's good. Okay, Jamie, you understand by entering an admission to a violation of probation, you give up the right to have a trial to the court, the right to confront the witnesses against you, but you want to give up those rights so we can resolve your case today?
Yes, sir.
Case number 17-CT-3954, do you admit that you violated your probation?
I do.
I'll accept the admission. I'll find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll revoke and terminate the probation. I'll successfully adjudicate you guilty of the underlying charge if we didn't do that before. Which is 60 days in the county jail, credit 60 days served. There won't be any cost of incarceration. They would have got that in circuit court. There is a $50 cost of prosecution and $100 for the public defender's office. And Jamie, any of those DUI things, the DUI school and the victim impact panel, all that stuff, if you didn't get those things done, they're going to be a D6 or a suspension on your driver's license until you finish them. So down the road, if you ever want to have a driver's license again, you will have to complete those conditions, all right?
Yes, sir.
Very good. If there's nothing else keeping you in the jail, you will be released today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Good luck. There you go. Do you have something right now?
No, check this. I got something that's on.